Steve, it almost seems crazy to say this, but we're already halfway through our dual meet schedule. We've competed in 4 of the 8 conference dual meets we'll have this year. So far, so good for both teams, 4-0. What did you like about what you saw from the teams this weekend against Willamette and Linfield?
I like where we are in our process. They are continuing to improve on how they race. You know, their turns, their race strategy, their details. I felt like they showed a lot of fight this week too, which was really fun to see. There was a lot of battling going on in the pool, and I love to see that heart.
In terms of, it's hard to pick standouts because so many different people are coming through in different races, and 2 teammates will race each other in one race, and one will win once and the other will win the other time. But there seems to have been some really hot times this past weekend. Can you talk about a couple of those?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, wow. There were a lot of performances that were good, so it's hard to, like you said, it's hard to focus on just one.
How about Jillian Larrabee in the sprint events?
Yeah,
over the
Jillian's having a phenomenal last year in all of her sprint events. You know, whether it's 100 fly or 50 free or 100 free, across the board, she is on fire right now, and leading that whole sprint corps. That the sprint group in particular, men and women, we've not had this kind of depth. It's been really fun to watch. I mean, you know, events where, you know, our sprint corps is going 1, 2, 3 in the 50 free. It's been fun to watch, and our relays are hot because of it. If you look at, you know, the 2 medley relay or the 2 free relay or the 4 free relay, men or women, our sprint group is doing such a good job right now that we're doing well.
Typically there's a meet to end the fall season that comes right around finals or right before finals. That schedule is switched up a little bit this year. That meet's coming up right away this weekend over at Puget Sound.
Yeah.
How are you going into that meet, prepping and having the swimmers ready to compete?
We are going to sharpen up for that meet and rest a little bit. It will give us an idea of how much rest swimmers are going to need when we get later in the season or at our conference championship, because every athlete is different. You know, some will need 3 or 4 weeks, some need just a few days, some it's a regular 2-week taper. We're trying to figure those sorts of things out so that when we get to our final championship meet in February or March, we're not having to guess. You know, so we will back off the gas pedal a little bit this week, allow them to rest up and hopefully swim fast. We're going to put on some tech suits. We gave everybody this morning off. We backed off on weights a little bit last week and this week, and we're going to allow them to hopefully swim pretty fast, and that'll give us an idea for what adjustments we need to make going forward.
And then I'm sure you've thought about it, but a plan then for an extended period of time between that meet and your next meet coming up in January. What will training look like through the rest of November and all of December?
Yeah, it is different. It's like you said before, this meet that we're about to do usually starts a couple weeks later. And so we're going to have to get creative and figure out how to keep energy up and sort of, you know, figure out how to keep training going well over that long period with no competition. So maybe we'll run an inter-squad meet or something like that. We're going to do something fun to kind of keep them going. And then other than that, it's getting back to the grind, right? Like we will start, you know, doing kick sets again and getting more into our weightlifting and, you know, getting back to mornings and things like that. And we will kind of ramp back up after we get past this meet.